Hey everyone!
Hello!
Today, Brandon, we're talking all about DCL.
Which stands for Disney Cruise Line. Never forget, hashtag DCL. Make it happen. It already happened. Disney made it happen. None of our hashtags happened. But yes, it's a couch video for DCL.
Yep, we're going to talk a little bit about our upcoming Alaska cruise because we are still very excited about it.
And it is now officially finally right around the corner.
Yeah.
3 weeks?
3 weeks for us at the time that we are recording this.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Yeah,
we're very excited.
Very excited. So we thought we would share a little bit about the excursions and things that we're going to do or at least what we're planning to do.
And anything can change.
Anything can change.
You know, Mickey knows this has changed. We've had to reschedule for 3-4 years now.
Yeah.
So anything could change, but as of this recording and sitting on this blue couch, these are our excursions so far.
Yeah, and then after we talk a little bit about Alaska, we are going to answer a medley of Disney Cruise Line questions that we have gotten on Facebook and on Instagram and on YouTube. So we'll just kind of go through some of those.
Yeah, we put the call out and you responded, so thank you.
Yeah. So, Brandon, Alaska. Let's see if Brandon remembers what we're doing.
I could probably throw some excursions at you, but day by day and port by port, I have no idea.
Yeah, so I guess the one thing I will say is
I do know what they are, though.
You are planning to go to Alaska, whether you are taking Disney Cruise Line or you are going on another cruise ship, excursions are known to be quite pricey.
They can be, yeah. They are.
Yeah, so we've definitely we've weighed pros and cons about different things. If we had unlimited money, we would have done very cool stuff like glaciers and...
of unlimited money, does everyone remember Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, where Palpatine goes, unlimited power? Leave a comment. Pour one out for Palps.
Oh.
Hashtag pour one out for Palps. So, he deserved better.
So,
anyway, so, if we had, and I'm sure I think we're speaking for probably literally almost everyone.
It's pretty expensive.
Yeah, if we had unlimited money, of course, so spoiler alert, what we're not going to do, we would love to do, the helicopter to the glacier with the sled dogs.
Yeah.
That would be a dream.
That's not our budget.
Yeah, for us, it's not in our budget. For anyone else that's in their budget, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. And maybe one day it will be for us.
And what we ended up doing, so because I'm a planner, before our cruise, I made a spreadsheet of all the excursions that I thought we would be interested in based on the port, and then Brandon and I reviewed them, and then we picked them, what ones we thought would be the best. And I think for us, price point wise, we did still end up getting quite a few excursions, and those are pricey, but I think being able to do multiple excursions for us was a great option.
Yeah, and as of now, we are assuming for us, this is probably a once in a lifetime trip. We're hoping it's not, by the way. Yeah. We're hoping it's not. But for trips like this, we try to do what we can because we don't know when or if we'll ever be back for something like this.
Especially, I don't know when we would go back to Alaska.
Yeah.
So.
Fingers crossed we do multiple times. But as of now, we're going to assume this is it. And we want to make the best of it.
Yeah. So, Brandon, do you know what we're doing on this cruise? What excursions are we doing?
So here's what we're doing. No, I know. I think I know all of them, actually. Maybe not. I might miss one, but I think I do. But do you want me to just throw them at you and you're going to say what day they are?
How about I ask you what we're going to do? Okay, so our cruise is 7 days long. We are going to Skagway, Juneau, Ketchikan, and then we also have a day where we go to a glacier. It's always dependent on whether you go like Dawes Glacier or Tracy Arm, all that kind of stuff. So we will see when we get there. But what are we going to do on Glacier Day?
Well, Glacier Day, this I do know because there's only one thing we're signed up for that day, right? And that is, I don't know what it's called. I was going to say the official name.
I didn't write those down.
Oh, but we are taking a smaller boat from the ship to get closer to the glacier, right?
Yeah. Yep. It's called the Glacier Explorer.
So the Disney Wonder, the ship, will be anchored, moored, whatever, hovering in the water right there. And then from there, smaller ships.
Yeah, we will tender onto a smaller ship, and then we will get a little bit closer to
glaciers.
The glacier.
And maybe some wildlife, some sea life and everything, which would be awesome. Again, we are so hopeful we get to see like whales and everything, but will we? We don't know. We're prepared to not see anything, but we hope we do.
Yeah, and that is this particular excursion was one that we've heard a lot of people say they were so glad that they ended up doing it, or they wish they would have done it. So we decided that we were going to do that. So that should be really exciting. We're both really looking forward to that. That's like a 2-hour excursion on that little boat. So hopefully we're going to get some really cool footage. So we're excited about that.
And it looks like there's a lot of little things. You know what? We don't need to go into it now. There's a lot of little things to do on that. Yeah, stay tuned for what you can do on that little boat. So going forward, anyway, I'm so excited.
Glacier Day, we're going to get stuff on the Wonder, but then also on the smaller ship.
Yep.
And then our next day at port is in Skagway. And this was Brandon's must-do excursion for this planning of this trip. What is it, Brandon?
The train.
Yeah.
Oh, my Captain Mickey. I would say Captain Minnie, but Mickey is the captain of this particular ship. We've seen countless photos and blogs and vlogs and videos, but this train looks amazing, and I believe everything we've heard, that no amount of video, and you'll get it from us too, video footage already looks amazing and beautiful enough, but I believe being there is probably going to be even more incredible. So, there are no words. There are no words.
Yeah, the White Pass Railway was the one thing Brandon said we had to do on this cruise. That was like his one request for an excursion. We're doing the White Pass Railway and combo bus tours. So they'll have like a city tour. We will do one way on the White Pass Railway, and then on the way back we'll be taking a bus, and it will stop throughout the way back.
So
on the way back.
On the way back. But is this the one that we go back into Canada or not?
Yeah, it'll go to the Yukon.
Gotcha. Okay. So I knew. So that's this one.
You do have to bring your passports if you go on this tour. It tells you specifically.
Please, Canada. Please, Canada, stamp our passports. We love getting our passports stamped, but it seems like the world's going away from that.
This in a long time.
We want to go old school. Stamp those passports. Hashtag passport stamp.
Oh my gosh. So that's going to be our Skagway day. We also have a long day in Skagway, so we will be doing lots in Skagway. Hopefully getting to see some cool stuff. And then the next day is Juneau. What are we doing in Juneau, Brandon?
I don't have a clue, but I'm going to take a quick guess. Is this the sled dog day?
Yep.
Yeah, I knew it was one. I was 50-50. It's either this day or another day. So yeah, the sled dogs, the puppies, and we're going to their training camp or something.
Yeah, we're going to the summer camp.
Summer camp, we get, obviously, yeah. And we get to ride with the dogs and everything like that, and we're going to get to hold little puppies and everything. It's going to be so cute. We have seen other people's videos on this, and it doesn't matter. You just see the photos and the videos, and all you want to do is hold puppies and take one with you in your backpack or something like that.
And hang out with the awesome good dogs.
And the good dogs, and the dogs, and some of the camps have like the elder dog section and everything, it looks like. So, yeah.
We give all the dogs love.
Yeah, middle-aged dogs, elder dogs, younger dogs, puppies, it doesn't matter. They all deserve equal love, and we cannot wait.
Yeah, so we're really excited about doing that. That's going to be cool to see. And then we're also going to hopefully go to the Alaska State Museum in June.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That looks amazing.
Yeah, there's also See Alaska, which is a Native American facility. So it's like a museum, and I know they also sell art and have educational opportunities. So I'm very excited to see that as well.
Yeah, we do our best, as you saw in our Cayman Islands video, which, by the way, more people go watch it. But no, we do like to, wherever we go, especially if it's somewhere we've not been, we're obviously not experts in anything like that, at least those topics, but we try to learn what we can, appreciate the local culture, everything.
Yeah, we're going to probably do a lot of different little museums and things like that just to learn the history, because we're not as familiar. So we'll probably do that. There's also some cool distilleries that we would like to check out as well. So we'll see what our time in the port allows. And then our very last day in Alaska is Ketchikan.
Okay.
And this one, I think Brandon definitely will not remember. I'll give you a hint. There's a boat involved.
Oh, is this the 5-hour one where we get on the boat and we are looking for wildlife and everything?
Yeah, we're going to the Misty Fjords National Park.
The Misty Fjords. Does everyone remember the Lord of the Rings films, the Misty Mountains?
Why do I have a feeling you're going to be...
I'm going to sing it.
When we're there.
Does everyone remember in the first Hobbit film when they sing that amazing song? through dungeons deep and caverns. Anyway, but it's going to be amazing. It's like we're going to Middle Earth, just not in, was it New Zealand they filmed those films? But we will do it in Alaska. Who knows? But we cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. And that's like a 5-hour one, you said, right?
Yeah, that one's 5 hours.
And we're going to hopefully get a lot of footage, see what we can. But we are excited.
Yeah. So throughout the cruise, we're going to show you our excursions. We're also going to try to see as much as we can of the different ports.
Yep.
Same with Vancouver. We do have a limited amount of time that we're in Vancouver, just today. So we're going to do our best to show some highlights from Vancouver, including going to a 100% gluten-free restaurant. So I'm very excited about that.
She is. And I am excited. Listen, everybody knows that I am deathly allergic to fish and shellfish. And when I say deathly allergic, literally deathly, it can kill me. However, I used to love it, and I am so excited at all these ports, wherever we stop, and I cannot wait for Sarah to eat this delicious looking food. I will be jealous, but I will live vicariously through her.
Yeah, well, you'll try some fun things like reindeer and stuff maybe.
I can't wait. I will try whatever I can try. But again, I can't eat seafood now, but that doesn't mean it doesn't look amazing.
Yeah,
it looks amazing.
I will say a lot of people have asked what we're doing in the different ports. We will probably actually eat on the ship a good amount just from the safety perspective, but we were going to do what we can safely. And we're excited to see everything. So that's a little bit about what we're doing in Alaska.
Yeah. All right. So part 2 of this incredible video.
Questions.
And these come from you guys. I think we got these on Facebook, on our videos, on our Patreon page, I think Instagram, correct?
Yep.
Cool. So, all right. Do I know what they are? I don't, do I?
No, you don't.
I don't.
And I'm just going to kind of go random.
Okay.
So we're probably going to go all over the place.
And what are these questions about exactly?
Anything on cruise stuff. It could be
just
about
cruise
food.
Stuff in
it
general.
Could be just general stuff about cruising.
We are cruise experts. Sarah is platinum, of course.
I don't know if we're cruise experts, but we are at least well versed enough in Disney Cruise Line.
Hashtag experts.
No. Okay.
All right. So question 1.
Yes, and really quickly, we had another cut because we have a kitty cat who is being a little bit of a rascal right now named Cactus.
Yeah, over there, he's attacking the iMac. So
not cool, Cactus.
Not cool. So anyway, wait. Question 1. Let's do this.
So question number 1, and again, these are all kind of random. I did not put them sort of together.
Everyone, put on your thinking caps.
Yeah. So this comes from Kim and Marcus. Kim and Marcus are from Little Orange Balloon.
Are they the Potato Land?
Yes, they are actually, they have an Etsy shop. So if you see Brandon with our Potato Land t-shirts, we got them from Kim and Marcus.
Awesome.
So they have some really cute shirts. So they said, how does the last day work when you're on Disney Cruise Line? It says disembark is at 7:30 a.m. Do you still have breakfast? And is that what time they want everyone off the ship?
Okay. So Sarah will, of course, probably follow up to any answer I give and give the actual answer. But so on your debarkation day, they do have breakfast, of course. There are 2 times for breakfast, and depending on what time it is what you were for the dining for the whole cruise. So if you were early dining or first dining, whatever they call it, but the earlier dining. I think your breakfast is around 6:30.
It's early.
It's early. We usually don't do that, of course. I think we've only done it once.
Yeah, once or twice.
And then if you have late dining, I think your breakfast is around 7:30 or 8, give or take in there. And there is also a third option, the other option, I should say, which Cabanas or Marceline Market on board the Wish, on board the Wish is open for breakfast. I don't think they really advertise that.
Not really.
Talked about that before,
but it is an option that you can do. I think we did that on our October sailing on the Dream. I think we vlogged that, so you could see a little bit about how that works. But in general, there is some breakfast option for you at a variety of different times available. And yes, they do typically want to have you get off the ship fairly quickly after you are done with breakfast. They do also have an option where you can do an express debarkation where you don't go to breakfast if you don't want to, or you go to breakfast and you can completely walk off with as long as you have your luggage. So if you decide not to have them take your luggage for you outside of your room, you carry it off yourself. A lot of people will do that, especially if they have early flights, and so they will get off kind of around that 7:30 time frame.
Yeah, and again, that's if you can just walk off the ship if you do the express, because most of the time, you've seen our videos. You put your luggage outside your door typically.
Correct.
They get it. It goes to customs. You got to get off the ship, get it from customs, find it in these giant stacks like you're at the warehouse at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark and everything. You might find the Lost Ark. I don't know. But yeah, so regarding that, so yes, there is breakfast. And I will say this, Sarah briefly touched on it already. It's fairly quick. This is not at all, I want to stress what I'm about to say, at all slight on any cast members, but it's the same group serving you your rotational dining. But for breakfast, in our experience, it seems to be a little more, let's get this done.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Because they're turning over the ship.
Yes.
It's a long day.
I want to bring that up. That is their longest day that we've heard from cast members, crew members of all levels in there. That is a rough, long day for them.
So it is not a leisurely breakfast.
It's a quick breakfast, and then you get in line, and you get off when they come to you. So.
Yep. So there's definitely some options, but they're not going to just kick you right off at 7:30. No. They're going to make sure you get some
usually the deadline's around 10, I think 10:30?
Yeah, if you saw our Wish cruise, we were on the Wish until like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we try not to do that.
To no fault of our own.
To no fault of our own at all. They were having, there was stuff going on that day. But technically, you can, they're not going to actually force you off until they have to force you off. But again, we try to get off as soon as possible, get our remaining photos and everything. Yeah. But they have a lot of work to do that day, so we try to get out of their way. Yep. So
our next question comes from Julianne, and Julianne says, on DCL, if there is nothing on a dinner menu that you don't really want, can you make a request for them to get something different?
Well, I will start again, and I'll let you do the main thing. If you go to, let's say you go to Artist Point, Animator's Palette, I'm sorry. You're at Animator's Palette, you don't like that menu. I believe this is typically done, and Sarah's going to correct me, and then I'm going to be quiet here. If you know that in advance, especially if you're special diets, they usually bring you the menu for the next night, the day before.
Correct.
Usually they will be always, for us at least, they've been more than happy to, okay, would you like something from a different dining location?
Yes.
And they will make sure, even if you're an Animator's Palette, but you want something from
Royal Palace,
it will be there for you. Yep. But you can answer that probably better.
Yeah, and I will say it's not kind of like a regular restaurant at Disney where you would talk to a chef and maybe they can make like a custom dish. It's typically what's available at the other main dining options. Yeah. So if another main dining, like Brandon said, has a menu that you like better, like Brandon lives for the pasta per set from Animator's Palette or the brie from Royal Palace or Triton's, so he will ask for those every single time. Sometimes he gets them like multiple nights. Mm-hmm. So they will bring that to us from that restaurant. Yes. So we do that a lot where if we're like, we're not feeling the menu or we really like something that we want a couple of nights in a row, they can bring those items for you from a different restaurant. The other option I would say if you're not feeling the menu, which you can also view on the DCL app, so that's another place you can look when you're on the ship. You can look at the app and it will show you the menus. You can also go to Cabanas. Sometimes Cabanas is open for dinner. It's not every night on a sailing, but there are some sailings where it will be open. Same with Marceline Market. Or you can go to some of the quick service options or room service too. Those would be other places you could get different kinds of food.
Yeah, absolutely. So moving on. All right, so question 3.
So this one is a little bit older, and I did actually answer this question, but I thought it would be helpful to include in our video, just because some people may ask this question. So this one comes from Brian, and Brian says...
Ryan.
Says, we're getting ready to go on a 3-day cruise on the Wish. So they have already been. I hope that cruise was amazing.
I hope it was amazing, yes. If you're watching this, Ryan, leave a comment. Did you have a good time on the Wish?
Yeah, I hope so too. And they said, we are really wondering how to dress. Specifically, what kind of shoes you wear around the ship and walk around Castaway Key. Thank you all so much for the content and helping them with their cruise plan. So I think this depends on you and your comfort level.
Absolutely. So
Brandon lives in sneakers.
I pretty much do. Does everyone remember? Leave a comment. Does everyone remember in elementary school? I don't know if they still do this, but it used to be called show and tell. Brandon, what did you bring to class to show? This is my New Balance tennis shoe. I pretty much live in tennis shoes. Not all the time, though, but pretty much live in them, whether we're on Castaway Key.
You do have some sandals, but they're not your favorite.
I hate sandals.
We need to get used to them.
I'm going to get some new sandals, but I can't stand sandals. I don't like them. I like tennis shoes. However, Opposite of that, Sarah lives for sandals.
That's true.
You see, everyone, you can be different.
It's true.
And still love each other.
It's true.
It's true.
So yeah, you tend to wear sneakers.
Yep.
I always bring a pair of sneakers with me, depending on where we're going. But then I also tend to wear a lot of sandals. And I think if you're on a Caribbean cruise, you can be a lot more chillaxed and comfortable and wear whatever kind of shoes make you feel the most comfy in, because again, it's more relaxed there. If you're going to, say, Alaska like we are, coming up, we're bringing totally different kinds of shoes. So we actually have some waterproof shoes because...
Like boot shoes.
Yeah, because we're going to be out in places where we might be hiking, where it's going to be rainy. So we actually have some different shoes for that. We also have, I have a pair of like kind of waterproof sort of boots on top of the waterproof shoes that we have.
And we'll be bringing our tennis shoes
as well.
But yeah, because we are outdoorsy people, as you can tell. The character Paul Bunyan is based off me.
Oh boy.
Does everyone remember Paul Bunyan? Leave a comment for Paul Bunyan.
So yeah, I think it depends on you, and it depends also on the sailing. Like next year we're going to Europe, to the Mediterranean, and so we'll probably wear something a little bit more like we do in the Caribbean, but wear some different kinds of stuff too.
We have to be very fashionable. I will probably buy shoes that are about $18,000 just for a pair of shoes, because we need to be at the peak of fashion. Does everyone remember European Vacation, where the Griswolds go on that little shopping spree? I don't know lyrics. You don't get a second glance, make you feel good when it doesn't. No. And it's old.
Do you want a fashion review of us when we go to Europe like that?
I am a fashionista. So anyway,
I think it depends on
your comfort level.
Yeah, and what kind of cruise you're on.
What kind of cruise you're on. I will say this though. Typically, I at least also bring a nicer pair of shoes for polo and everything like that.
That's a good point.
Polo, I have those. A nice pair of shoes you'd wear in an office setting or something like that if you're going to work in an office or something like that.
I think that's a good point.
And Remy,
we brought some nice
shoes, actual nice shoes, just because we're the suit and everything.
Yeah, and I think just in general, if you're going on a Caribbean cruise, more light, summery things you would wear to like Disney World may also work pretty well on that cruise. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Again, hopefully you had a great cruise.
I hope it was amazing.
Yeah. And the next question we have is from Marcy. Marcy says, I'm wondering if it's possible to eat at the buffets, the room service, and quick service food locations with allergies specifically to eggs, dairy, and gluten.
I'm going to let Sarah take this one.
I think yes. I think the answer is yes. I think just like any other place we've shown, the process on Disney Cruise Line is different than it is at the Disney parks and resorts. So you are not specifically having a conversation with a chef. Mm-hmm. Usually we have had that at Palo, but that's rare.
Palo, the chef actually came out. Yeah.
So that's going to be a rare option. But for the most part, you're working with cast members, especially head servers, to talk through options. And I think there are definitely options for you in all of those different locations. We have eaten at both Cabanas and Marceline Market. And actually, when we were on Marceline Market this last time, for breakfast, I got a vegan egg scramble, which was super yummy.
Oh, really?
So yeah, those are really nice.
Yeah.
And that would be covered eggs, dairy, and gluten. But I think making sure you talk through the options with your head server, they can usually find things that are going to work and accommodate. Same thing with the quick service. The Wish in particular has really good quick service options. We were able to get gluten-free pizza. They have non-dairy cheese, and they had a lot of customization and flexibility. The barbecue was very friendly for all of the allergies that you mentioned as well. So I think there are options. I would encourage you to talk through them with a head server and just see what things are available on your particular sailing. But I think there's definitely options available.
Okay, I have nothing to add to that.
If we can eat with all the brandons,
I do fine on there. So you will probably be. I would hope be just fine.
Yeah. And I think it's sometimes just kind of going in with realistic expectations. Like a lot of times we'll walk through a buffet ahead of time just to get an idea of what we think might be an option. And we usually have some simple backups that we know are going to be safe bets. And so the next question, I think also comes from Marcy, at least according to my notes here.
Marcy.
So I think Marcy asked this as well.
Marcy.
And this was specifically Wish related. And we did not check this out, but Marcy was wondering about gluten-free and dairy-free treats at the Joyful Sweets shop there on the Wish. Unfortunately, we did not get to it that time. We have heard reports from some other friends who have gone and tried to get things at Joyful Sweets that there was a really high risk of cross-contamination with like the gluten-free macarons. So I would say it's probably more difficult if you're going to Vanellope's, which is on some of the other ships like the Dream, or Joyful Sweets. Those are going to be a little bit more difficult. They are also an additional charge, so we don't tend to do that because we have lots of options available for desserts at other places on the ship.
I wish we could answer the question better, but hopefully.
And my pro tip, room service, you can actually get gluten-free and dairy-free pints of ice cream if you ask, and you can also get gluten-free and dairy-free cookies if you ask.
Right to your door.
So
can you believe it?
That's a pretty nice little option too. So I would recommend that as well. All right, the next question comes from Melissa.
Okay, Melissa.
Melissa says, I am looking for all of the best gluten-free foods on the cruise ships. You are same with us.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Like what you're thinking. And Melissa says, I love desserts and soups, and I'm afraid there won't be either of those. I'm also not that picky. So, Brandon, who loves soups? What do you think?
Well, this is specifically gluten-free soup, so I don't know if I can answer this question that well, right?
Yeah, most of the soups I can have, and you can have too.
Oh, well then here we go, everyone. Okay, so the soups on board the ships are amazing, the ones that we can have.
Which is most of them, typically.
Which is most of them. What's the one? The potato leek soup. See, I remembered it, everyone.
We love the French onion.
French onion soup, potato leek soup they're both amazing. They're healing, everyone. They heal the soul.
The only soup you did not like was the parsnip apple.
That was at Arendelle. Yeah, that was disgusting. I think I didn't even finish it, right?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, we'll link to that video.
Yeah. But, so I would say by and large, the cool thing is because Disney knows that there's a lot of people who come on the ships with special dietary needs, whether they're gluten-free, vegan, or have dairy allergies, there's always something available. And they do a really good job with soups. Like, I would say 9 times out of 10, a soup is either gluten-free or can just be like super modified, like easily with to be gluten-free, which is cool.
Yeah, memories coming back. When I first heard the question, I was like, I don't know how to answer this for
even the
gluten-free.
French onion.
But she has soup as much as I do on the cruise,
and the French onion soup, usually they just put in gluten-free bread.
Yep.
So it's pretty awesome.
Done. So, you will have, and who asked that? I'm sorry.
Melissa.
Melissa, you should have no issues with soup.
Yeah, and desserts, I think, are also pretty good. I think it's a little hit or miss sometimes. Again, it depends on the ship and it depends on the menu. The Wish had awesome gluten-free desserts, both on the regular menu and then also on their allergy menu.
Yep, so watch our videos.
Yeah, as long as if you enjoy things beyond creme brulee, ask your service team for things. There's usually lots of good options if you ask them, if it's not something that's already built into the menu. So I think they do a pretty good job overall.
All right.
Brandon lives for the soup. Okay, so the next question comes from Hannah. Hannah says, did you happen to order room service at all on your sailings?
Every sailing.
Yep.
Hannah, every sailing.
And Hannah's interested specifically in what kind of gluten-free options are available for room service.
Okay.
So,
room service
pro
is
tip,
awesome.
Room service is awesome.
It's awesome.
And ask questions.
Yep.
So there's a lot of things you can get gluten-free on the room service menu that just are not marked gluten-free.
Yeah, that's true.
You want allergy chicken tendies? Just ask them.
You got it.
You want allergy-friendly gluten-free burgers? You just ask them.
Mac and cheese.
They actually have gluten-free mac and cheese. They have pretty much a very, even the chicken wings, I think, can be made gluten-free. The cheese plate can be made gluten-free.
Easily.
Sometimes
we get
they have
that every
crackers,
time.
sometimes they don't.
And they just leave the crackers off.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that's an easy option. They will often bring you the cookies, the ice cream.
And the cookies are the Enjoy Life cookies?
It depends on the sailings.
Gotcha.
Some of the sailings will have different brands.
Okay. So
they sort of switch that up.
Room service, a lot of gluten-free options, and if you don't think they're, call and ask.
Yeah, and the other thing we've done too that I'll mention is the continental breakfast. So there's a little form in your room that you can fill out if you want pastries and coffee and tea brought to your room in the morning. It does not list gluten-free options, but if you write in or talk to a room service steward and let them know you want gluten-free muffins or donuts, they will actually bring those to you. We've done that before too, which was really cool.
All right, cool.
All right, so the next question comes from Darlene. Darlene says that their son has sensory issues, so he's not a big fan of breakfast. Would they give him cheese, a banana, plain vanilla yogurt. He also normally eats Cheerios and milk, but I know that they don't have Cheerios
and
on
milk
the ship.
are delicious.
They are. So are there sort of recommendations we have for breakfast? So I would say yes. I did answer this ahead of time too.
You did? Okay.
If they don't have a certain cereal, you can actually bring limited amount of things on the ship, as long as it is completely sealed and in its original packaging. So if you wanted to bring a box of cereal or like little boxes of cereal, you could probably do that if that was something that was important, especially if your kiddo has a special diet that needs to be accommodated for.
Absolutely.
So that would be an option. And then in terms of other things, they are so flexible for breakfast. Like if you want cheese, let them know. They will make sure you pre-order that the night before. They'll make sure that you get cheese or certain kinds of yogurt
we've never had
or
any issues.
things like a banana. So I would say overall, as long as you let them know ahead of time, the night before you have breakfast, it should not be a big issue, and they should be able to easily accommodate that too.
Awesome.
Again, the great thing is being able to pre-order and do some of those things. Disney is really good about that. Okay, so the next question comes from Chantel.
Chantel, okay.
And this one says, hey guys, just curious on which ships you would recommend for someone with mobility issues. This is a really good question.
That's a great question. Before we say
we actually haven't talked about this.
We have never talked. Well,
say.
Can I give a shout out to another channel?
Yeah.
There is a great channel out there, and they deserve more subscribe. We subscribe. We don't have mobility issues. My dad does, Papa Randy. But there is a great channel out there, I believe, Imaginary Lemons.
Adam and Brooke.
And Adam has mobility issues. Again, I'd recommend just go to the channel, and it'll let them speak for themselves and everything. But they do a great job at documenting this, and they did an awesome video on board. I forget what Disney ship it was. The Fantasy. And it was awesome. And again, I say that when we don't have issues.
Yeah, really good information.
Really great information. We fully support them. So Imaginary Lemons, look them up. But yeah, I don't know how to answer this question exactly. Just I think Disney has special rooms on board, correct?
I would say every single ship can accommodate mobility needs. And I think that's the really great thing is they are very well set up. I think there are some ships that are better for accessibility than other ships. Like the Wish, I would say is probably the least accessible in my opinion, just from the one sailing. Just seeing some of the things because
like the elevators on there, like if you're in a wheelchair. Not that you can't do that, but it's tight. And I think other people have commented on that before. We're not the only ones. I would say for mobility issues, the Wish is probably the most problematic in that regard. I don't know. Don't want to use the wrong terms.
Deck 4 especially because it doesn't go all the way through. I think it's really challenging. Like we were saying, Brandon's dad doesn't. He has a walker, not a scooter, and so or a wheelchair, and so there are some areas where they have it so that if you were in a wheelchair, you could be moved up with the motor to another deck.
But if you
have other issues, it would be really challenging, and there's no really easy way to get up to those spaces.
And we can link to that video, and we do have a segment in our Wish video, and I forget what day it was. But we do comment on it.
So it's like props that they have that lift there, and same with the pools, but then kind of not props because there's no other way for somebody who has different kinds of accessibility needs to get to that space.
However, the first 4 ships, though, I don't see, again, we don't have those issues, but I don't see that they would be an issue on board those ships.
I would say the Dream and the Fantasy, I think, are probably the most accessible because they are larger. I think they built a lot of spaces in mind for accessibility.
And there are special rooms. If you need
on every
them.
ship, there's always accessibility rooms, so that's definitely an option. So I think they are overall very friendly, and
I do too.
I think even Brooke and Adam have said in their videos that they like it because it is really great for accessibility for a lot of different things. So I would definitely check out their channel.
Check out their channel. And like I said, all their videos are interesting, but the one aboard the cruise ships was very interesting to us.
Yeah, I think it's very helpful.
Yep.
And then Melissa says, looking forward to your excursion plans for Alaska. So we just shared those.
Melissa, hopefully you're watching.
And Melissa is actually getting to book their excursions shortly for their Alaskan cruise.
Oh, when are they going? Did they say?
In 2 weeks. So they're
beating us?
No, they're a couple weeks behind us.
After us.
Yeah. So they're getting ready to book their excursions.
Gotcha. Okay. Awesome.
And so Melissa says, when you are on the Alaskan cruise, Can you see if Cabanas has Mickey Churro waffles any day during the cruise?
Can we check that?
Yes, and actually I put in some information from our friend Christy from Pack Your Pixie Dust because she is a gluten-free Disney churro aficionado and knows all things about the Disney gluten-free churros. So yes, they can actually offer those. Those are available at Cabanas. Typically, what Christy does is she works with her servers ahead of time to make a request. What day are you going to have them at Cabanas, and can I get some of them gluten-free? So that would be my pro tip. So if you want gluten-free churro waffles, talk to your server. Find out what days they're putting them into the Cabanas breakfast menu, and pre-order them. Because then you'll be able to get them.
Awesome.
And I think we might do that on our cruise.
There it is. Hashtag.
I'm excited. Hashtag churro waffles. And then our very last question. This is a fun question.
Finish line. Oh, it's a fun one.
This is a fun question. Okay. I just wanted to cap out the questions with this one. So this one comes from Pam. Pam says, I can't wait to hear about all of your bookings. My question is, do you have room in your suitcase to smuggle me on?
As a matter of fact, we do, Pam.
Think if we could bring all of you on
private, send us a direct message, a DM, as the kids call it. Send us a DM. Give us your address. We'll swing by. We'll throw you in the luggage, and we'll get you on board.
Yep. Sounds like if we could bring all of you with us.
We actually would. And that's not a joke. We actually would. But no, seriously. We wish we could go on a cruise with all of you. Leave a comment. Would you like to do a gluten-free cruise with us?
Oh, boy.
No, but seriously.
Oh, boy.
We wish we could. And when we do get to see any of you out there, it's always amazing.
Yeah, and it's super fun to share our cruise vlogs. So we are looking forward to sharing those. If you do have other Disney cruise questions, let us know in the comments. Reach out to us on social media. We are always
We call it a DM nowadays, Sarah. A DM.
Okay.
A direct message.
Okay, Brandon. So just let us know.
Yep.
We'll try to answer them to the best of our ability. But otherwise, that's going to finish up this video. We are going to do some future cruise videos on a recap of the Wish.
Yes, we still have that too, but it is coming. But with that, thank you to our patrons on Patreon. You guys are awesome. Our subscribers are awesome. Everyone that asked us a question that we hopefully answered is awesome. Thumbs up, bell, comment. You know what to do, Gluten Warriors. You know what to do. So, anyway. But yeah, so this was fun. Question and answer. Are there any other topics you want us to cover on question and answer about the parks, about movies, about Star Wars, anything, video games?
Yeah.
We're here for that too. No. Seriously, this was fun actually.
Yeah, so stay tuned for some other videos, and we'll be talking about Disney Cruise soon.
All right.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
You whisper gently to the silent trees. I won't forget, you know the secrets of the